Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of Supersize We. Comedians in cars spilling condiments. I'm back in my car, riding the hump for another week. With me, as always, is the illustrious Kyle Adams. I would qualify you as illustrious, wouldn't you?
I like that. I'll take it.
And with our luck, we were able to snag very awesome local funny human comedian, uh, philanthropist. I would imagine awesome person, Julia Corral. Welcome to the show.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. I'm very excited. I'm more excited to do this than anything else because of my love of fast food.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this is quietly on the down low, making the world just a way better place. I mean, it's.
It is because before I started comedy, I was really depressed and I hated all of my friends. But I realized they're snobs. They're like, oh, I don't eat ranch dressing, organic this, organic that. And that's why I love comedians, because no one has shame with fast food. And it was at that point I felt at home.
I have a culinary degree. I worked in fine dining for years. I then left that and went and worked in natural food stores for 18 years. I was a produce manager. I've dealt with the very best organically grown, local, small things. I solidly like a farm to table sort of thing. I love like harvesting my own fish and growing gardens and all that stuff. But I like the worst thing you can do is go down that path and then support elitism. You know what I mean? You at the end of the day, fast food, you can't survive off of it, but I also probably wouldn't want to eat like a delicious risotto every night either. You know what I mean? You have to balance your things out and enjoying some fast food, the reality is a lot of people don't have a ton of money and they didn't grow up in houses like that, and we get into this position where it's we want to judge people and police this sort of stuff, and I just sorry, it's just not cool. You know what I mean? Fast food is delicious. It's food. It is what it is.
It's delicious. It's literally like pop music.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not making it their own, but they've had brilliant minds come together and make these combinations. And
exactly.
So and it tastes like home still,
Right.
People are crazy.
Right. I mean, as a youth, fast food was kind of crucial to me being out and alive. You want to go skateboarding and hang out with your friends? What are you doing? Swinging by the vegetarian food restaurant to get a Sprout sandwich? No, you're not doing that. You're going to Taco Bell with your friends. You're hitting McDonald's breakfast on your way someplace. You got to be careful not to become a cop. You know what I mean? Because all cops are
You guys might find this funny. We're not doing McDonald's, but McDonald's. So, I'm waiting my whole life for McDonald's to do all day breakfast.
Right.
And then the pandemic hits and they take it away. And so then I tweet, oh my God, do I have to suffer anymore? And then McDonald's writes me back. Basically, we're really doing the best we can, Julia.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Well, I'm a big fan of all-day breakfast at McDonald's too, because the two fast food items I find that are my favorite is a Taco Bell just straight up bean burrito, just without any of this stuff. Taco Bell bean burrito and a sausage McMuffin with egg. I consider the two best fast food items. If I had to choose out of all of them, so to be able to get that during the day was awesome. But yeah, the world's a sad state. You know what I mean?
I love the sausage burrito there, especially since it was like $1 or something ridiculous.
Right.
The only problem with it is it gives you like lethal farts. Like the farts are just like I've stunk myself out of my car before after getting like, no man, this is bad. Like
well, none of this food is really like as much as we say that we love it. Like there is a downside to all of it, but now Ryan loves Taco Bell and doesn't care about later Ryan. You know what I mean? Like now Ryan says, let's eat this Taco Bell. Later Ryan be damned. Later Ryan says, hey man, maybe next time order maybe 1 or 2 less items. But
yeah.
you know.
No, fast food is basically an economy based on instant gratification for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say I used to go to a daycare, and it was a hill, and here was like Taco Bell, and then like all the kids would like go to Taco Bell Fridays, and those poor workers would have to serve 50 kids with like quarters, getting different food.
Just stacking them up.
Yeah, but they were also grateful for us, so I forever love Taco Bell.
For sure. Which brings us to what our this week's item, which is the chalupa. What is it called? It's called the
Quesalupa.
Quesalupa. So I do have to say that Kyle and I were like, is it going to be wrong to have our first Latina guest and do Taco Bell? Is that did that fall into some sort of bad? You know what I mean? We're like we had to take like a moment of like, is this cool? Is this like you know, like we didn't want to be, it would be terrible dudes.
No, I would be so pissed if you would have gotten like a white man to do this episode. I would have been on the boards, on Twitter, being outraged.
We are culturally appropriating, like, no, like when I grew up in Colorado, there were, you know, like working in restaurants, like you work with a lot of like people from Mexico, and they would eat Taco Bell like every day. So like all the talk about it like not being authentic and stuff like that, to me almost like sometimes like reads like yes, we get it that it's not like authentic, but it's like, I don't know, like is a McDonald's cheeseburger authentic? I don't know. Like it's just food. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like I don't know. Like I also feel like I can eat Taco Bell for lunch and have like a burrito for dinner and not feel like I ate Mexican twice in a day.
I will tell you that what is weird though, I'm from California, I'm Mexican, a lot of tacos, a lot of ground beef tacos. I had no idea what taco seasoning was until like I had moved up here. And like everyone's puts taco seasoning on everything, but we didn't, because you would make homemade salsa and you'd put all the fixings, so you don't need all of that. And my mom, like my boyfriend didn't believe me, and my mom was like, no, Chris, no taco seasonings Mexican. Taco seasonings like Taco Bell. And like that was like her thing. So I do appreciate that.
Sure. Kyle, do you want to tell your story and why you
my sad story. So this is the first time I'm gonna have to be on the bench because I gambled at a busy Taco Bell and I lost. So I ordered a quesalupa with 2 soft tacos, and they gave me 3 soft tacos, 3 hard tacos. I mean, and quesalupa. So I will be reviewing the very complex, the very extravagant soft taco or hard taco. I want. It's like a Freudian slip. I wanted the soft taco. That's fine. They were very, very nice.
So we are you know, this happens with fast food sometimes. And Julia, what's your take on looking at fast food items before you quality check?
So we had a lot of family emergencies this year, so we had to drive down to California. We weren't going to fly. And my boyfriend's very impatient, and he will like speed off before you check the bag. And I'm telling you, just wait. I don't care. people are already thinking you order too much.
Right.
Like, take an extra. They're already judging you. Like, you know, if you have more than one or like 2 bags come out, they'll be like, that person ordered a lot. Like, it's so judgmental. But take your time and do the quality check.
Mhm.
Because the lines are too long now. It's not like
Right.
before you could just run back inside. Now
Sure.
it's 12 cars deep.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
want to check too,
I-
especially since they started putting like the sticker on it, because it's like, well, quality checked, and it's like, okay, well,
No, that's
I
just
don't know what that means.
check.
Were you not doing this to begin with? But anyways, so here at Supersize, we comedians and car spilling condiments. Was our first fast food tip. Always double check. These are busy
Mhm.
people working hard. It's hard to blame them. You know what I mean? Like it's a
No,
fast.
not at all. Yeah, not at all. It happens all the time. I mean, I make mistakes at my job and deliver the wrong food sometimes too. So
Yeah,
it
I make
happens.
mistakes at pretty much every single thing I do. So like, I probably made a mistake. You know, so
Also,
Well,
another thing we do too, don't be afraid to tip them.
good. I like that.
We tip
I
our
like
fast
that.
food workers. We give them $1 or $2. It's not much, but they're super excited. You know, they're
I like
kids. They like it. Tip them.
I like that. Julia, you are. Remember earlier I said you were a philanthropist. Remember? And it's like I saw the future. It's like I knew. I could sense the kindness through the Zoom call. You know what I mean? Like I. All right. Well, here it is. The unveiling.
All right, I'm gonna have to do this vicariously through you guys.
I
I'm
feel
so.
bad.
Oh
All right.
God, that looks good.
So that is a quesalupa. It is a chalupa, which is a real thing. A chalupa is a real actual, like a like it's like a flatbread, right? More.
I always thought it was the take of the Native American fry bread.
Okay, it's it's like something like it's like more of and then this one has what is it like? I guess it's just a soft.
So so what it is the inside shell is actually thinner than your normal chalupa.
Right, yeah, it is.
And then you have that like keto cheese like fried inside, like you know that. And then it's definitely, I'm guessing it looks like a flour tortilla, but you could tell it's very deep fried because it's very soft.
And then inside you have the normal Taco Bell beef. There's no way this is going to show up and look good. Beef, iceberg, tomatoes, and shredded cheese. I will be adorning mine with fire sauce, which I talk about a lot of fire sauce because it is
Number one condiment in fast food.
number one fast food condiment. So
I agree.
people forget that there was a time before fire sauce. You know,
Oh yeah, I remember before fire sauce. It was just hot and mild, right?
Yep.
I don't
Sad
get the
day.
fire sauce.
I
miss
actually don't. I don't like Diablo that sauce that much though. Like I
Yeah,
don't like-
Diablo's too smoky.
yeah, it's too weird tasting. Like I like the heat of it. I like that it's hotter, but like it just doesn't taste that good. So,
Babe, will you get the mild sauce? I actually like the mild sauce. And you know, you can actually buy it at the supermarket. And
yeah, we've actually
We've talked about that.
We've talked about this before. Like it's just like it's kind of a funny thing just to have in the house. You know what I mean? Like, do you put it on other things besides Taco Bell?
I do. Because
Wow.
it has that vinegar taste and it's not this as you
Oh, sure.
I love it. How your hard tacos looking there, Kyle?
I have put some hot sauce on it because I did not get fire either. So it's okay. It was someone else's order, obviously. So someone else got my order. Hopefully they pass it forward or pay it forward. The structural integrity of it, as you can see, that's my one. That's why I go soft taco over hard taco typically, because I can't eat these while driving. But luckily, I'm not driving. I am in place. Let's take a bite and see how this is.
So yeah, this is good. This is actually like really, it's actually pretty good. Like it's just like.
So I'm gonna come out and say it. I'm not a fan of the chalupa. I didn't want to tell you guys this. I don't like it, but I feel like this, because the way it's deep fried, it's very greasy. It tastes like a flauta.
It does taste like a flauta. It's almost like exactly like a flauta.
Yeah, I was surprised at that, and I like that even more than I thought I would.
I kind of like the way it's soft, and it's kind of like yeah, it's like flauta. I mean, like that's exactly what it is. Like it just has that like the quesadilla part of it is sort of like almost like non-existent. It's almost more like it's just a big soft, different type of yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. You can't even really taste the cheese in around it. You can see it where it's like crusted over.
Right.
I'm a fan of this though.
Yeah, I am.
It looks amazing. I'm very jealous.
It's really
While I eat the saddest item they have on the menu.
It's so sad. You're like so depressed.
Like I can see it in your eyes as we're doing it. You're like, oh, what's that like? What's that like?
Oh God.
It's greasy though. I'm saying I am breaking keto, and I was like, I'll cheat this meal. It won't throw me out. This is gonna throw me out. This is.
I think that. I think they're kind of going after this like because there's been like kind of a series of these where it's like the cheese is fried on the outside of the burrito, and the thing was, so there's been like actually like a lot of like greasy items out of Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. It looks cool though, like even just seeing it, because in the way you guys describe it, because it looks like they actually brought in a new item or a new ingredient to actually do. Because Taco Bell's really guilty of doing this, where they're like, hey, motherfuckers, guess what? We put things that we already had on top of it we already had. But now they're going to buy it. And everyone just comes in droves. And it's like they could have always just ordered this.
Taco Bell's marketing, like their marketing team, genius.
Oh, they are. For fourth meal? Are you fucking kidding? Fourth meal, like hashtag fourth meal was like one of the most trending fucking things for a while. It's crazy.
So I read about the guy who took over Taco Bell from the other CEO, and you know, like they used to like try to really compare it to McDonald's and all this stuff. Like they were in you know, think outside the bun was a big slogan and all this stuff. And the new guy who took it over is younger. I think he's like younger than me, and he grew up in like California, like eating Taco Bell growing up, and he was like, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're like Taco Bell. And that's why he came up with like the Live Moss. He's the one who came up with like the Live Moss slogan, which was like supposedly to be like, you know, like we're not going to even worry about burger joints. We're like on a whole different program, which is kind of true. You know what I mean? And he's like, we're just going to make like Taco Bell like about like eating a Taco Bell. Like it's not about being a fast food place. It's just about like the Taco Bell lifestyle, which is living Moss. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I actually like, in some sort of weird kind of like gross way, like that like really like spoke to me when I read that, because it's just reminded me of like being a kid and like going to Taco Bell with my friends and like hanging out in the parking lot and eating burritos, and you know what I mean? Like just I don't know.
Taco Bell was our when we skipped school. That was where we'd go to. Like if we skipped a certain period, we would skip lunch and then the period after lunch and go and do Taco Bell.
Penny 405 exclamation mark. I'm here. At work and logging online. Do not tell anybody. No. This is what I like about Taco Bell the most. I feel it's like it has the most cult items. Mm-hmm. Like that's why people lost their shit with the Mexican pizza. Like when it was gone.
I love the Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. They also used to do the enchilada, which was
yeah. It's like you can't just like pull this stuff away from us. They brought back the potato tacos, which was great because like my daughter's a vegetarian and loves potato taco. You know,
Yeah, the
Because it's-
potatoes in the dish with the nacho cheese and the sour cream,
Yeah.
they're
Super
always
good.
in the bag.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
really
sad. I'm so sad.
good. This is like the first thing that we've reviewed that I've actually been like, I kind of want another one. I only got one because I'm trying to like not eat tons of fast food in this, but this is the first one I've been like, you know what? This is like actually like a delicious thing. Leave us a Taco Bell. Leave us a Taco Bell to come on strong, you know?
Yeah, because it's also like it's really gluttonous. It's very gluttonous. Like
Mhm.
it's like eating all 4 flautas at once. Like you could not do in front of people without being judged.
Yeah, that was really actually pretty delicious. How are those tacos going?
Oh, they're gone. I ate 2. So my plan was, because this is what I usually do. So today's my cheat day. I've been on a pretty strict diet the rest of the time, and this has really helped me structure my diet. But I usually order like 2 items that aren't the item we're reviewing, and I eat those in the car on the way because I'm like I'm really hungry when I smell the fast food because I haven't had it in a week, and then. I was like, okay, they messed up the hard tacos. That's what I was like. That's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And then I pull it out, and I was like, oh, they're all hard tacos. So someone else got my order. But yeah, I mean, they were satisfactory. I mean, hard tacos are hard tacos. I remember just getting like $10 together and buying 10 of them when I was a kid, and just get a big box of them, and like me and my friend would split them. But
We used to play Chubby Bunny. My friend Ivan was a really fat kid compared to all of us. And I remember on the Fridays, we used to get him to get tostadas and then roll them up into a ball. And we'd buy one, and then he would see how many he can put in his mouth and play Chubby Bunny with the Taco Bell tostadas.
That's amazing.
And like sometimes if I'm drunk and I get it, I'll crumble it and like try to do it.
How's he doing now?
He's good. He surprisingly he works for In-N-Out now. No, but he's and I don't even think he was like a fat kid. Like he just was like, you know, when you're like 9 to 10 and you're just like, you haven't gone through puberty as a guy yet and you have some weight and then everybody else is 70 pounds. You just look large and you're probably like 100 pounds.
Right.
That's like exactly when I started getting fat, was around like 9 or 10. Like I was a sexy 8-year-old, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, dude, I know what you mean. You're just like gathering all this mass. You're like, I'm gonna do something with it. It's gonna go somewhere. I gotta stretch it out. That's the
thing. Yeah, I actually was pretty skinny all through. You know, I've had some really skinny points in my life. You know, really until my 20s. But I smoked for a lot of years, and then in my early 20s, I was working in a restaurant and was in the back of the house, and it was a breakfast joint, and I was making like big breakfast every day. And I quit smoking at the same time, which, you know, when you quit smoking, it puts on weight, and I just didn't even realize it because I had never put on weight in my life before. Next thing I know is just like put on weight that I've like actually like just like has just like stayed on me for like the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you know, so when people are like, well, don't eat fast food, you know, that's what's keeping you. It's like, nah, like if I did it on like I got fat on really delicious, high quality food. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So that's the difference between gout and diabetes is the better food.
Exactly. Exactly, because he had those greens, and those greens keep you from.
Yep, and you're eating rich foods, like it's rich in oils and all kinds of.
Also, yeah, Taco Bell is also the only restaurant, going back to this, that I've seen fine dining or like cool like cool Portland restaurants will make their version of Taco Bell food.
Right.
Oh yeah, like a Crunch Wrap or something. I've seen that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Or the Mexican.
I made crunch wraps at home.
Right.
They're really fun. Making crunch wraps at home is cool sometimes.
I'm a little old, and I remember when the Mexican pizza came out, and it was called Pizzazz.
Oh no, that's so gross. And
It was called Pizzazz, and it was like a Mexican pizza, and like literally everybody, it was like the talk of the world. It was like they made a pizza, but it's like a Mexican pizza, and it was the exact same thing. And then it just became the Mexican pizza, and like entered into the. I don't know if they lost the copyright to Pizzazz or what it was, but then it just became the Mexican pizza and became a you know.
But I have a theory why they removed the Mexican pizza. It's one, to bring it back, and two, it was like one of the only items that had its own ingredients.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So they had a different sauce, which was that enchilada sauce.
Right.
And then they had those flapped like shells.
Right.
But it was, and it always looked like shit. It always was like.
Oh, it wasn't pretty, but it was so delicious. That was one of my go-tos.
It was so delicious. And as on and off again at times in my life, vegetarian, believe it or not, a Mexican pizza was really easy to make vegetarian and still be like a bountiful meal. You know what I mean? Like Taco Bell's good for a lot of that stuff anyways. And, 7-layer burrito, which is technically gone, but you can still have them make it. Vegetarian, so they were good on stuff like that. So the Mexican pizza was good on that. So Taco Bell people, if you're watching, which I know you are, bring back the Mexican pizza.
Yeah, bring it back.
Bring it back. I mean,
yeah, I think they will. I think, Julia, you have a point that it's going to become like a promotional. It's going to be like their McRib, because they know people like it, and they're like, "Oh, did we do a bad thing? Did we take away?" Later, they're like, "Ooh, it's new," and it's like, no, it's just limited availability now.
Cal, I wish you could taste it. It's like this shell is dough-like.
it is.
Oh,
It's like
I'm gonna have to pick one up after. I might have to do an addendum to this episode. Maybe I can pick one up after. We could just record like a little addendum, be like, I had it. It's great. I'll give my score. I'll do like an independent one, then I'll give my score for sure.
Okay.
You should try to, if you have a hard taco, like in a tortilla and cheese, go make your own. Put it on the grill.
So we do a little like rating system here, Julia, of how we felt about the item. On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rank the presentation?
It's 4.5. I mean, I think because it's held in that piece of this thick cardboard,
Right.
it allows it not to fall apart. But it's also those Taco Bell tomatoes, which I'm always like obsessed. Like they never look red.
Yours actually looked a little bit better than mine. I'm gonna give mine actually. I'm gonna give mine.
Rind.
Yeah, mine I'm gonna give like a 3.5. Like it could have been like yours like had like girth to it. You know what I mean? Like when you opened it up, like the lettuce like was topped off. Mine was all kind of like squished down in it. So like it actually like opening it up, it was just like girthless.
Oh yeah, mine was ready for TV. That's like the first time I ever got something so pretty.
You got the advertisement one. You weren't supposed to get that one.
Overall flavor.
How many so what are the 3
5. 1 to 5.
No, but so overall flavor, I'm gonna give a 5.
Okay.
But also, like, I'm not ordering it again. Like, I might. It can't be a staple. It's so heavy.
Right.
It's like a treat.
Well, I mean, the good thing about this, and that's what's good about the seasonal items, is like you can't fuck with them that long. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be a point where it's like you might have one more chance at it. You know what I mean?
If you ate that every day,
yeah, you would
gain so much weight. That is like, that was so gluttonous. But that, I think because it did not taste like a chalupa at all.
No. Mouthfeel.
There's no like outstanding texture.
Right.
So it's like a 3. It's just like it's
Agreed.
easy to pound. Like you could eat that in 3 bites. We were not.
Right. It's a
sessionable. It's a sessionable item.
it is. It's like it's kind of like, to me, like it was like eating like almost like you're talking about like it's almost like eating like a pastry, like a greasy fried pastry with something in between it. You know what I mean? Like it was more like a meat pocket with like a greasy doughy thing, you know. So it was like it's greasy. It's hella greasy, in fact.
Yeah, you need that shell. Like that outside shell.
Right.
If not, it would be really gross. Also, it's kind of like, you guys don't drink anymore, but remember in your prime, have you know, and you're like so fucked up and you eat something in 2 bites, you're like, where's my food gone?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like that.
That's what this reminds me of, like being wasted at 3 a.m. and being like, I eat it in 1 bite because it's so soft. I was like, where did it go?
Oh, that's funny.
It would be a hella good booze soaker upper though, because it is like exactly what you're looking for when you're drunk. It is like heavy and greasy, and like it is like it has sour cream on it too. I didn't mention that earlier. It has sour cream, which was like actually like a decent amount of sour cream. It was like dripping out of the end, which is kind of delicious. And yeah.
I'm so jealous.
This one is risk factor, where we flip it around. 0 being like no risk, 5 being like, is this going to make you ill? Risk.
Oh, this is a 5.
Yeah,
And this is like, my tummy's gonna hurt. I can already feeling my tummy kind of hurting.
Right.
Yeah, this is, you eat it at 2:00 in the morning. Don't eat. I'm at work. I'm probably gonna have to lay on my couch and type when I go back. It's almost too much grease, but it's so delicious. It's like what you want in deep fried food, and Taco Bell doesn't have a lot of deep fried food, and that's why it's surprising.
Overall grubbin factor.
5.
Agreed. It is grubbin as hell. Like it is like, while you're eating it, you're like, this is grubbin. I mean, it's like you want to like it's actually kind of like the very definition of grubbin. It's like it's a grubbin item. I don't know how else to say it. It's like it's probably its main plus is its grubbability. You know what I mean? Like it's like, so like this is like the thing, the grub gene in your brain that like makes you want to keep eating something terrible, like a bunch of nachos or something like that, or like just another Dorito or just another, you know what I mean? Like
that would be like mac and cheese for me.
Right, exactly. You know when you don't want like another scoop of like French onion dip, but like you take it anyways, even though you know it's like not going to work. That's that gene. This works for that gene. Like this. You
waterboard yourself with French onion dip.
Like, oh, this is so terrible. Like I don't even really like this, but I just like keep doing it.
Yeah, and also like sometimes with like Taco Bell, what I like the nachos. I don't know if you got Nacho Bel Grande. I don't like the chips because they're stale, but there's also like not enough flavor to last. So I just like eat the middle and throw away all those chips. But because of the way the shell holds on, it goes down. I will make a mention in the background. You don't know this. My boyfriend got 2 of these, and he's been on a diet too. And because we've now talked about how delicious he is, he was like mouthing to me, like, I get the other one, right?
That's funny.
Oh, that's sweet. That's a couple that can Taco Bell together. Well, you know.
The couple that eats Taco Bell together farts together.
I know, it's so romantic. That needs to be cross-stitched.
Dude, that's to me, that's like a level of intimacy. Like when you say I love you, that's when the farts start to fly. That's when you oh man.
Oh, TB. So much happiness in my life. Wow. So that was. So you're going to do an addendum to this? You want to come back and do an addendum?
I'm doing an addendum, and I also want to have. I said something earlier in this podcast that I want to retract. Actually, I said that the hard taco is the saddest item on the menu, but I think that's really fucked up to the hard taco, especially since the cinnamon twist exists still. So the cinnamon twist. As a kid, I loved those. I don't know why, but now I'm like, if they put that in the box, I don't eat them. I don't touch them. They're horrible.
No, they're delicious. The saddest item on the menu is the soft taco. And I didn't want to tell you that.
I opened debate up. Oh no.
No, just kidding. The cinnamon, I haven't had a cinnamon twist in a decade. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know if they used to be better. Like I was thinking about that the other day because they're always they're like stale cinnamon toast crunch to me, and they're just like big and yeah.
You know what they're like to me? Like, you know when people are on keto and they make desserts that aren't fucking real to satisfy them?
Yeah.
Like, recently they're like, okay, if you really want dessert, get some chicharrones, which are like pork rinds, and then cover it in like cinnamon and stevia. And they're like, yum. I was like, that's so gross.
That's just, yeah, it's not right.
That's what that is.
I don't need to be fooled into thinking this. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't do anything. I can't eat any more bacon in my life. Like, I mean, like I'll eat bacon, but I don't want it to be any more part of like my, you know. And chicharrones and like, listen, I love all that stuff, but I just don't need more of it in my life. You know what I mean? Like, so I get like a little like keto sounds great until I start thinking about like all the bacon I have to eat to make it.
I don't eat bacon. I don't like it. It's overrated. It's too salty, you know, and I have to have it burnt.
Right.
It is not like pork rinds. I never liked them as a kid. It's really hard for me, like as a kid, when you're forced as Mexican to eat all these things. Like lengua tacos are my favorite. I grew up with cow tongues in a refrigerator. My grandma used to get mad at me. I would take it out and I'd be like, "Grandma, kiss me." You know, don't play with the food. And I went to a really fancy restaurant in Portland, I went to Les Pigeons.
Right.
And I went with my cousin, and she's half white and half Mexican. And she was like, "We're such foodies." I said, "We're not foodies. We're just Mexican." Like, we've been eating all the gross, all the awfuls our whole life. And now it's back.
I love lengua tacos. I love tongue in general. Like I've always actually liked it in every type of cuisine I've ever cooked it or dealt with it. And it's an underrated. I do kind of just think it's weird that we like pick and choose like parts of the animal. We're like, oh, the tongue, that's disgusting, but its ass is totally delicious. You know what I mean? Or it's like, right, its back is totally fantastic. Like I guess I don't know, like.
Yeah, it's
at the end of the day,
muscle
we're still chopping the thing up and eating it. You know what I mean? I don't look at any part of a cow and being like, oh, you know what? That you know, like that little part, like right under the ribs there, where the brisket is. God, that just looks delicious from this point. You know what I mean? Like I just.
Tendons are the only thing that freak me out. Like chicken wings kind of freak me out sometimes if I get like a big tendon or something. But I will say, Tori made lengua tacos one time, and her like having to like chop the tongue in half to fit into the slow cooker was really like that was a lot for me. She bought like it was huge. It was gigantic. It was
That's how big they are.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah.
We got it at the Mercado over off of 72nd and Foster. They have amazing stuff there. Not just the food parts, but the market is amazing too.
Yeah.
So are you name dropping Tori Ward for our viewers who don't know Tori? Tori is Kyle's roommate, but also one of the winners of this year's Willamette Week Funniest Portland People.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle's just name dropping her. Like,
yep.
Yeah. just sitting around with my really awesome, funny roommate.
Just eating.
Eating lingua tacos. So. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Julia, thank you for joining us this week. We'll do an addendum, so poor Kyle. Yeah, we all learned, and it can happen to any of us. Next time, it just tells me that I just need to double check, particularly before these things. But we did get a nice, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't think the taco is the saddest thing on the menu. I actually like a crunchy taco every so often. I don't know. It's just a crunchy taco. It's like there's something.
Would you go cinnamon twist? Cinnamon twist for the saddest?
I was thinking about this, and I don't ever order. There's a couple of things I don't order. They have a mini quesadilla on the dollar menu that's really
Yeah,
ridiculous.
the
saddest thing I've ever seen on the menu actually is it was a year and a half ago. They had a seasonal special that was a folded quesadilla sort of thing. It was literally just like a tortilla with cheese folded over. I don't know if it was called a fold over or something like that.
Oh, it was literally just one tortilla with some hot cheese in it.
It was literally the most pathetic thing. I kind of feel like it was like they phoned it in. It was almost like a joke. They're like, watch, they will buy anything. They will buy anything we put out.
When you're really hangry and you go to Taco Bell, I introduced my boyfriend to the cheesy roll-ups, which is just the fold-over roll.
That's what you're talking about there. The cheesy roll. That's what it is. The cheesy. I remember that.
It was a bigger cheesy roll up though. It was like a whole tortilla, tortilla, and it was just folded kind of weird, almost like Crunchwrap Supreme style. It was really bizarre. That was the saddest thing. It was right before I think it was just this really lame time. I remember it was right before the nacho fries came out, which I'm a little column A and column B on the nacho fries in general. I just don't think they're that great. So
you got to get them at the right time of day, though. I feel like.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I'm just kidding. They're good. I've eaten them sober. I like them.
I don't touch Taco Bell unless I'm stoned. I got to be honest.
I don't know. I feel I'll eat them, but I just don't. I think that there's just something that's missing in them. You know what I mean?
They remind me of cafeteria fries. I have this nostalgia in my heart for these high school fries. Then they're just they got the same texture and they
right.
You know what I'm talking about? They were red. They were a reddish. Yeah. They were almost they kind of reminded me of Arby's curly fries in the taste though.
Right.
Yeah.
That seasoned potato starch that they spray on that stuff to give it that extra crunchiness on the outside. Yeah.
Whatever.
There's some food. They'll drop some food in all done. Yeah. All that crunchiness on the outside of fries is a sprayed potato starch. Gets bubbly while you're doing it. I think the saddest is probably I don't know, maybe the Frito burrito or any of those small.
I don't like those. Those are disturbing to me for some reason. Yeah. I don't like burritos. Don't belong in a fucking burrito to me. It's such a dumb idea.
The beefy cheesy thing, the cheap. I think that's sadder. You know what I mean? Actually, you know what's the saddest? I want to go the other direction. I think the saddest was when they tried to. We've talked about this before, but where they tried to go fancy. When they had the chef come in and do the special. They had an $8 burrito on their menu. Mm. See, they're I don't if I'm gonna spend more on a Taco Bell burrito than if I went to a proper taqueria, they've lost me. You know what I mean? There's just no way that I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? There's just
I'm gonna say go back. I won't say the soft taco. I'll say you were right with the Frito burrito. Yeah. I think there's something toxic masculine about that. It is.
You don't put Fritos in there? Fuck you.
It's Jack in a Box with all their jalapeno boxes at the end of the night. I'm almost that's aggressive.
Yeah, it is.
It's 2 a.m. How many fucking jalapenos you want?
Yes. And that's why I'm glad Taco Bell stays away from the jalapenos.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just think that like anytime, and then anytime like
Do you remember the burger?
the Taco Bell burger.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never had a burger.
I think it was, let me Google it. I think it was the 90s. Unless I just imagine this.
What I remember from the 90s with Taco Bell was, do you remember like the 39-cent, 49-cent, 79-cent menu?
I remember that as a kid. That's what I used to order when I was like real little.
You used to be able to get for like 39 cents, you could get like a little tiny tostada and like a little tiny burrito. That's when I started like fucking with bean burritos, and I've just never stopped.
The bean burritos are great. In the little diced onions that they have in there.
Oniony, you know what I mean?
Oh, and you can get it with green sauce.
Yeah.
Ooh. I do go verde when I go to like real Mexican places. I love green sauce.
So I don't know if the Taco Bell burger is something I've dreamt of. I have to do more research. It's all, I don't know at this point. I will say my mom used to love getting the green sauce. And then I went one day and then they took off the green sauce when they got rid of Mexican pizza, but they brought it back. I think people complained.
Yeah. Yeah, so figure out that talk. That could have also been like some sort of
oh shit.
Yeah,
no.
Some sort of Kyle. You all right, man? That could also be some sort of like regional thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it could have been like some sort of like for your area Taco Bell.
Exactly.
So, you still there, Kyle? Kyle's his picture's off. His microphone's on. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't look like too weird, like trying to like log into work. You might see me like.
No, the logging into work while you're doing this, like, just like actually, like, to me is awesome because like it's just like this is it, you know, this is our life, and
it's more important.
Yeah, exactly. And we eat Taco Bell and we do some work and we do some entertaining and some comedy writing and yeah. So Kyle has vanished off of here, but I am going to sign off. And thanks so much for joining us. Seriously, like it's been a lot of fun. Good to see you, and hopefully we see you.
Thanks for having me. I would have never tried that menu item if it weren't for you, and it was delicious.
And we will circle back and have you back on again the next time something big comes around. So thank you very much. Once again, this has been Supersize We. Kyle bids you all adieu and support fast food workers, please. They deserve all they can get.
Tip them.
Don't tip them. Don't be a class traitor. Support them. Take care.
All right, I'm going to say goodbye.